Hello, and welcome to this quick guide on qualified domestic relations orders. These legal orders are an essential part of dividing retirement benefits during a divorce. My name is Lisa Cummings, and I am an attorney with Cummings and Cummings Law Firm. Let me share with you some background on all of the information that you might want to consider as you start thinking about a qualified domestic relations order. As I mentioned earlier, my name is Lisa Cummings, and I work with the law firm of Cummings and Cummings. I have worked with retirement benefit plans such as 401k plans and pension plans, as well as qualified domestic relations orders throughout my career. If you're going through a divorce, you may have heard the term qualified domestic relations order mentioned, but what exactly is it? And why does it matter? Let's break it down into clear, simple terms. A qualified domestic relations order, or QDRO for short, is a legal term and that allows a retirement plan such as a 401k account or a pension plan to pay benefits to someone other than the account holder. In most cases, that person is a former spouse, but it can also be a child or another dependent. The account holder is referred to as the plan participant, as the one who owns the plan account. The person receiving the benefit is called the alternate payee. The QDRO gives the alternate payee the legal right to receive a share of the retirement benefits as a part of a divorce settlement. Importantly, this can be done without triggering early withdrawal penalties or unexpected tax consequences for the plan participant. Just including the retirement division in the divorce decree is not enough. Federal law mandates that retirement plans can only divide benefits if a proper QDRO is in place. That is why the QDRO legal document is so important. It is that legal document which makes the retirement benefit division legally enforceable and actionable. So, what are the federal requirements of a qualified domestic relations order? Federal law outlines exactly what a QDRO must contain. These rules come from the Employee Retirement Income Security Act, also known as ERISA, and the Internal Revenue Code. To be valid, a QDRO must include the following key elements: the last known mailing address, as well as the name of both the retirement plan participant and the alternate payee, the name of the specific retirement plan involved, the dollar amount, percentage, or formula used to determine the alternate payee's share, the number of payments or the time period to which the order applies, and language that complies with the terms of the plan and does not require the plan to offer forms of payment it otherwise does not allow. The QDRO cannot require the plan to pay more than the participant is entitled to, and it cannot provide benefits not otherwise available under the plan. Because every retirement plan has its own unique rules, and because the language must comply with both federal law and the specific plan document, it is extremely important to have a QDRO prepared by an experienced attorney. Working with an attorney who has deep experience in retirement plans helps ensure accuracy and protects both parties from costly mistakes. So here is a step-by-step process to developing a qualified domestic relations order. The first step is there must be an initial agreement in the divorce decree. The parties or the court will agree on how the retirement plan will be divided. This is usually outlined in the divorce decree or a marital settlement agreement. The next step is that qualified domestic relations order first has to be drafted. Because mistakes can delay or block payments, it's best to have an attorney handle the drafting of the QDRO. They will understand the legal requirements and the specific retirement plan rules. The next step, if possible, is to request an initial plan administrator review before the document is actually signed by the court. A draft domestic relations order is usually submitted to the plan administrator for review before the actual legal document is submitted to the court for signature. This helps avoid issues later and also allows the plan to suggest any required changes in advance. The next step is that document now has to be submitted to the court for signature. When the judge signs it, the QDRO will become actually qualified and will become that formal court order. Depending upon the plan, some plans will only review the order after the judge signs the formal document. The next step is to send that signed order to the plan. The signed court order is then reviewed by the plan administrator. At this point, the plan will determine if the plan document that you've submitted as a qualified domestic relations order meets their requirements for processing. Once the plan processes the order, the alternate payee share is calculated and distributed. Depending upon the plan, this may come as a lump sum, a transfer to a separate retirement account, or a stream of payments starting at retirement. So what do you need to know about a qualified domestic relations order? First and foremost, a divorce decree is not enough to award a portion of a spouse's 401k account to a former spouse alone. A QDRO is essential to legally divide a retirement benefit between spouse and ex-spouse. Federal law requires specific details in the order. Working with an experienced attorney ensures accuracy and compliance. Consult a QDRO attorney to assist you in preparing an accurate court order to protect your retirement rights. In closing, a QDRO is not just a formality. It is a critical step to ensure that retirement benefits are divided fairly and legally during a divorce. Given the strict federal requirements and the unique rules of each retirement plan, working with an experienced QDRO attorney is one of the most important decisions you can make in this process. An attorney can help you avoid errors, reduce delays, and protect your financial interests for the long term. Thank you for watching. If you need support with preparing or reviewing a QDRO, feel free to go online to QDRO.law or email me at lisa@cummings.law. Thank you and have a great day.